Second.
All in favor of such motion, please signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The minutes are approved. Have we a call to the public? Okay, first, Diane Dupra.
One of the last times, I think the last time that I talked, I did a presentation and we had a Pinioceras plant and it was blooming. I need to make sure that the public knows, and I'm sorry, I forgot. Thank you, board members and everyone, and all the stuff I'm supposed to say and I've forgotten, and oh well. Okay, and so I need to add a few more flowers on our Pinioceras of people that just recently, because it's that time of the year that students have sent out their resumes and have got it accepted. That just recently we've had a total of 3 students from taking classes just at Central Arizona College that have gotten directly into pharmacy school, directly from Central Arizona College, without having to go elsewhere. Podunk places. This is exactly where they wanted to go, which was the U of A Pharmacy School and Midwestern Pharmacy School. They didn't even have to go to option B. So we need to realize that we have a lot to offer at Central Arizona College. We have a lot to offer in the sciences. We have a lot to offer in possibilities for our students. So we needed to add a few more flowers onto our Pinioceras plant. We also have wonderful science students that have just been awarded a whole bunch of academic money going elsewhere. So we have so many wonderful students here. Last but not least, I want to thank you so much for putting up with everything from the public, from me, from other people. I'm so grateful for all of the work you do. I know it's so much. And it has to be so thankless. And in case nobody, if there's a lot more people who say bad things and good things, I want you to know how much you are to this college and how much you are to this community. And please don't ever stop being you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Next, Lucy Saint.
Afternoon, Governing Board President, members, Dr. Elliott, and Miss Hernandez. My name is Lucy Sainz. I'm the president of the News Club. On behalf of myself and the club, I want to extend our gratitude to the board for its support of students and academics and extracurriculars. This club was created to provide an inclusive and supportive community for dreamers, documented students, undocumented students, and allies. We want to provide education to college faculty, staff, administrators, and students about effectively working with these groups. Next Tuesday, on April 4th, the Honors Program and CAC Dreamers will be hosting a lecture series at the Superstition Mountain at 6 p.m. Miss Judith Pereira, a PhD candidate at Arizona State University, will be presenting a lecture on her experience with immigration, detention centers, and immigration courts. Thank you again for supporting student endeavors.
Next, our AABCD representative report, Dan Miller.
All right, thank you. Do we have slides? Maybe?
Slides.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Madam President, colleagues, faculty, staff, students. Filed a formal report with from our proceedings at the Arizona Association of District Governing Boards but sometimes reading reports can become somewhat boring, so I threw some slides together. Hope you'll be somewhat entertained anyway. This was the March 9th meeting. It followed the all-state academic festivities, which was a great lead-in to this district governing board. And just if no one knows, this is representatives from each of the 10 districts, college districts in the state get together, and we try to synergize on things that will help all the colleges across state, students, faculty, etc. So at a glance, just talk real quick about the proceedings, bylaws. We had some guest speakers. There's some ACCT priorities that we're trying to align with across the state, and then we do have a couple action items, Madam Chair. So we convened at 2:30. I had 14:30 military time in there, but I thought people might use that. And it was at the Mesa Community College. They were our host for this meeting. So we please the president, maybe we could have the proceedings here at some point in the future. Jane Strain is the chair. She's from Cochise College. And we had the treasurer elected, Phyllis Smith. Mira Chabot is the vice chair from Western College. She reported, as when she was the treasurer, she reported out that there were $39,000 in deposits. So we have a little bit of money in the reserves for this district board. The previous meeting was back in May 6th of last year. We're supposed to meet quarterly. Bylaws kind of stipulate that. We're trying to get back into that. Our next meeting is scheduled to be in May. Just a couple things there. The bylaws need updated. Run into the guests here, and I believe you may know these individuals, but it was my first introduction to them. Dr. Jean Swathert. She's the chair of the AZ Community College Coordinating Council. Spends a lot of time in Phoenix at Capitol. She's also the president of Northern Pioneer Community College. Just some points of discussion there. She reviewed the current legislation same things you put out, Madam President, last month. Emphasized the need to promote meaningfulness of community colleges. What's the value of having a community college in each of the districts? And that we need to connect with the communities. Just want to commend the president with their forums. This is right along with that initiative to connect. The 6 forums next month are, head and shoulders above, I believe, what the other districts are doing. So thank you for that. Put on here that we want to educate the state legislatures. Really, it's more about information. If the community colleges, what they're doing for the community, strategic positioning, what classes we may or courses we may need to have in the future. CAC, I believe, is doing a really good job with that as well. All levels of community college organization need to synchronize the message and mission. So when we represent the college, making sure that we're singing from the same sheet of music. Kristen Bellini was another one. She is the partner, one of the partners at Pivotal Policy Consulting. She helps with getting things in front of legislatures. Just a couple points here. Saying that we need new metrics. FDSC is becoming obsolete. It's not yet, but a lot of the metrics that Madam President is initiating with her staff will help there. And that will help to change the mindset. We need to connect with the Arizona Chamber of Commerce and Goldwater because they are influences up in Phoenix. One of the inputs I had there was a lot of people go to the Capitol and ask for money. We need to tell investment stories and help connect the dots. And from the academic All Academy Awards, there were 76 representatives of how those dollars were invested. I see Justin here, and I don't know if there are any other winners. Yeah, but those are our stories, and we need to present things that in Phoenix that relate to how we're investing there. Work on a more coordinated effort, and then she mentioned that Prop 301 is going for a reformulation. No specifics on that. The last guest was Edward Molina. I believe he's been here a couple of times. He works with the veterans getting out of the military, transitioning, and becoming entrepreneurs. He does seminars, day-long boot camps that are presented by other previous military, other veterans that have been successful in business. So it's great examples for our veterans. I just threw these up here from ACCT, so we're all kind of familiar with what the priorities are. Some of those you'll see up there are may be impacted by the federal budget, particularly Pell Grant, higher education, DACA students, those kind of things just need to stay in tune with. And I know, Madam President, you're doing this with your staff, so thank you for that. A couple action items I'd like to take back to the district board, Madam Chair. There is a governance in student success seminar for trustees sometime in October. We generally have paid a $1,200 to $1,500 portion in previous years. I think last year it may have not cost anything, but they're asking for us to do that now. So I'd like to motion that we fund this up to $1,500. I don't know exactly what it's going to be. $1,500 to fund our portion.
I would second that motion.
Okay, your
I
second?
second.
You made the motion.
I made the motion.
Okay, and you seconded. Okay, all in favor of such motion, please signify by aye.
Before we do that, can we have some discussion? Would
Surely,
that be all right?
surely.
So is this $1,500 per year, or is it a one-time shot?
It's per year. It basically funds the facility that we'd be using. So
Oh,
rent
I thought
space
it
for
was
them.
for this seminar.
Yeah, it is. For this seminar, there's not a limit on the number of all of us can go or one of us can go, but it helps offset the cost of the venue they're using.
But if it's for this seminar, I don't understand how it's per year.
It happens every year.
Yeah, we go every year.
This GISS thing,
Yes.
It's a once-a-year seminar.
I know what it is. I didn't know it every year.
It's not here. It's probably going to be at the Maricopa Community College
Every year.
So my understanding of the motion is that we would do this, that we are approving the expenditure each year, or just for this one time? Just one time?
Yeah.
Okay, that,
Okay.
so it's proving this year is what the motion is.
Thank
Okay, further discussion? Okay, all in favor of such motion, signify by aye.
you. Aye.
Opposed, nay. Okay, the ayes have it, so we will approve this, and a representative from whomever would like to attend, so please get out.
And the other item that was on there was we're being invited. The next meeting is May 17th at Maricopa Community College. Exact date to be determined, but if you have some dates, first of all, if the Madam Chair would like all of us to go, picking a date that we could go is what this is. So I'm looking for suggested dates for
Discussion, why is everybody invited?
because they want to do the alignment with what the priorities are in the upcoming budget year, both at the federal and the state level, and make sure that we are providing the same message across board members' districts.
Madam President, I do have some select dates in May that I would be able to attend, but I also have some days that are pretty intense, so
Okay,
I'll just kind of wait and hear what everybody else wants to do.
when
I'll try and
do you
fit it
need
in.
to get back to them on that?
I haven't seen an exact date yet, so if If you want me to provide a few dates, I'm happy to do that.
Yeah.
And then we can see.
Okay.
Probably be on a Friday. Okay.
Okay.
And that's it. I don't know if anyone has any questions, Madam President. Thank you.
Questions? Thank you very much. Excellent report.
Thank you.
Next, the Canal County Governmental Alliance report from Dr. Bank. Has there been a meeting, Dr. Bank? Not yet. Okay. Now we have a report from our college president.
Good afternoon, Board of Governors, faculty, staff, guests, and our students. We're always glad to see you here at our meetings. So thank you for attending. I have a couple of legislative updates. Many of the bills introduced to you in my February report have been referred to committee. So today I'm just going to highlight those that have passed either the House or the Senate and what those implications might mean for temporary zone college. The first is House Bill 2078, which has to do with concurrent enrollment. This in particular one will impact probably K-12 more so than us, but there will be an impact for us. And basically this bill has to do with students that are enrolled in concurrent coursework as defined for the purpose of calculating average daily membership and in a school district is modified. Now keep in mind we call it dual enrollment here at CAC, but concurrent coursework. To require that the student earn at least 3 semester hours of credit per semester at the community college or the university course, and to require the school district or charter school to pay the community college or the university for the tuition cost of the coursework or reimburse the student for tuition costs. So that is in particular interesting to us, and I'm going to continue to watch that because it could have various impacts either way. The second is, and that one has passed the House. So again, we will definitely keep our eye on that. The second is House Bill 2270, which is the Veterans Transfer of Credit. This is the one that I mentioned in my February report about community colleges are required to notify an applicant for admission to a current or former member of the U.S. military that the applicant may be eligible to receive academic or vocational credit for the applicant's military training and education. This did pass the House, and again, this would tie into what we are supposed to do with prior learning assessment and competency-based education. So it really doesn't have much of an impact on us either way based on what we're planning on doing. The next bill that passed the House is House Bill 2123 that has to do with vocational and technical education evaluation to occur annually instead of every 5 years. This obviously has significant human resource impact in that we would have to evaluate all our vocational and technical programs every year instead of every 5 years. And then the Senate Bill 1384 has to do with school-sponsored media and student journalists. A student journalist defined is permitted to exercise freedom of speech and freedom of the press in school-sponsored media and cannot be disciplined for acting accordingly. Each school district governing board and charter school governing board is required to adopt a written policy consistent with these provisions. And this is passed the Senate, and once this goes into effect, we will obviously be bringing the board a policy that matters. Are there any questions on those particular bills that have, like I said, many have been referred to committee that I talked about in February, and so I'll continue to watch those. But these are the ones that have passed through the House and the Senate. Okay, I'll move on to my district update and highlight a few things that are occurring here throughout the district. You're probably already aware of the Student Success Initiative that we have going on about early alert messages, and that is actually going on this week, alerting students that they may need some tutoring or what their progress is like in their courses, and to provide them with tools and support because it is halfway through the semester at this particular time. I also want to highlight that our first ever study abroad trip to Ireland left on March 10th, and the students, 11 students, are returning today, March 21st. They spent 11 days exploring Northwest Ireland and Dublin, and Professor Karen Henpetty, Chair of Communications, led the excursion, and it is accompanying an online literature course. So if you're interested, search hashtag CAC Ireland on Facebook and Instagram for photos of the trip. They are very excellent photos, and Sherry Lacone is very instrumental in helping put this together. So we're very excited to have that opportunity for our students. The ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning implementation is moving along on schedule, and construction mobilization will be starting early in April for the 2 construction projects, so you'll start to see those projects as they move on. And I want to pause here a moment and talk about the ERP. This is a huge undertaking, and I'm sure you're aware of this as a board, and I've just in this previous institution, but never in my life have I encountered the enthusiasm and the support for the implementation of this ERP. It's common to hear on a campus, oh, a new student information system, and this is going to disrupt my life. And I haven't heard that here at CAC, and I really want to commend the faculty and staff, because what I've heard is excitement. I can't do that today. I have an ERP meeting, and I just want you to know that I'm very proud to be able to work with faculty and staff who are so embracing of completely overhauling everything that they do, because you don't find that, and it says a lot about our faculty and staff. I will talk a little. I want to highlight a little bit that our development, 30 of our general education and transfer courses. This is an important number. That 30 of these courses are now disciplines that have moved to require reading as a co-requisite. And in moving in this direction means students don't have to pay for and take developmental reading as a separate class. It's embedded in their college level courses. And this is a huge opportunity for our students to have the extra support they need in reading without having to pay for something that doesn't transfer. And I really want to commend our academic division for adopting and embracing this movement in higher education to move the developmental coursework and embed it within college level coursework to shorten the time that students are in developmental ed, and also enabling them to take college-ready courses. And 30 is a significant number, right? I mean, that's a lot of classes to move in that direction in 1 year. The other thing I want to highlight is our career and technical education area continues to develop new curriculum and programs to meet local workforce needs. While this was inspired by Lucid, we're now working on things for Walmart Distribution Center, like supply chain management and logistics. And so I'm really proud of that division and how they've embraced the need, as Governor Miller pointed out, to work with business and industry and align curricular programs with the need. Our new catalog for 2017 will have a cleaner map of program areas that enable students to the collective effort. I really want to highlight on the part of all of our faculty in the curriculum office to really clean up inactive courses and making sure that the courses we have are those that transfer into a program of study, which is important to reducing students' time to degree. Dr. Gilliland and the academic deans have been working on a reorganization of the academic divisions to align more with career pathways and help with students understanding academic pathways that align with maybe career and tech and transfer. This was presented in March to the chairs. We've had feedback from the chairs and the directors, and pending some minor changes, we'll be able to make an announcement here in the next few weeks, or perhaps at the end of the academic year, of what that's going to look like. And I really want to commend them, because it's been a long time coming, and a lot of the feedback I got when I arrived at CAC is our academic structure doesn't make sense. And so I really want to commend them for working on that. We have received verbal notification of a Science Foundation grant to the engineering technology area, and this is going to be expected to be about $24,000. So that's a nice little grant for us to have. And I think it's important also to point out for you as board members that our transfer rates for all 3 of our state universities are holding steady this year, with a 27% increase in all transfer categories. So we're doing a really good job of ensuring that our students are transferring over a 5-year period. And lastly, but not least, HR. I don't know if you're aware of this, but the HR department has been having happy hours. It's not that kind of happy hour, but happy hours on each campus to really enable employees to ask questions about human resources, to ask questions about processes. And this is one of those initiatives that I have put out to the leadership team to improve communication across campus. Because again, when I arrived, that was one area that people really felt like communication was a great opportunity for improvement for us, and I want to commend HR for having to go and have sometimes those difficult conversations with our faculty and staff. And lastly, but not least, you have 2 correspondences in your Dropbox today. One is an email thanking us and our CAC staff who are involved at one point or another helping the COPA Short Film Festival be a success. Many people here at CAC attended that and said it was a phenomenal event. And then we also have an email from a former student thanking Professor Von Day for his teaching, his career guidance. Although the student did not finish at CAC, he is now completing an associate's in accounting and will be valedictorian for his college graduation. But for him to thank one of our professors who had an impact on him is a really nice thing for us to have. And I will take any questions. We don't have any association reports, so if you have any questions about my report, I'm happy to answer those. Other than that, that completes our report today.
Thank you very much. Any questions or comments?
I have a couple. The student status alerts, are we utilizing the mobile app for that? Or is it through the professor's
No, I
office?
think it's all through email and
Through
Blackboard.
All right. And for the ERP implementation, have we made any progress on that? I mean, is there actually percent complete?
Actually, Student Services goes live in October, so that will be the first module to go live.
But everything's on track?
Yes.
Okay. And then just a comment about the couple shorts. I did attend that. It was well presented by represented by CAC, but they were lacking across the board in student presentations, movies. So that might be something, it's going to be an annual event, so it might be something to think about for next year for students who are interested in performing arts.
Thank you. Other comments or questions? Thank you very much. Next, we have our report, a business affairs report from Mr. Blackjack.
Thank you.
I got it. I'm sorry.
That's not me.
You know, too many people were complaining that our board meetings were boring. Not anymore.
No. Yes. Maybe. All right.
Okay, now,
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, Governing Board members, Madam President, Madam Secretary, colleagues, guests, and students here today. Two things on the agenda, but before we start that, did anybody notice we have new carpeting in this room? No, huh? Okay, this was one of the rooms. Thank you, Ernesto and his crew that was on the replacement cycle. So the first thing is our monthly budget report. It is now through the end of February, which is 8 months completed of the fiscal year. And our general fund expenditures and committed funds are at 80.04% of the total budget, which is a very slight decrease from February of 16, which was 1 year ago, of 80%.16%. So 8 months through a fiscal year, we're on target for meeting or beating our anticipated operating fund budgets. Second item, just two items for the awarded purchases over $20,000. First one is Microsoft annual licensing fees, CDWG, Vernon Hills, Illinois, $59,754.19. That is the annual, to renew the annual Microsoft licensing for the entire district. And the second one is purchase of Dell laptops and desktops, CCB Technology Incorporated, Racine, Wisconsin, $26,010.26. And that is to purchase replacement computers for the district. And that's all I have for my reports today.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next report is student services report. Jenny Peggy.
Good afternoon, Governing Board President, Governing Board members, colleagues. I'm excited today to introduce Sherry Lacone, who is Director for Student Success Initiatives, and she is presenting on a partnership that we've recently developed with Arizona at Work. Sherry.
President Christensen, Dr. Elliott, Governing Board members, students, faculty, and staff. Very, very happy today to present on the opportunity that we have before us to provide services to our community that are greatly needed. Access points with the
Arizona at Work group with Pinal County. This is a group that came to, and I'm trying to change. You did that. Okay. All right, let's get right into the purpose. This is a partnership with Arizona at Work. Arizona at Work will provide services on each one of our campuses. We're all familiar with this map here, but with the stars, I wanted to really illustrate our ability now to, the ability of the county to across our vast county here. Arizona at Work, Pinal County will be offering face-to-face appointments, meaning they will have a case at our local campuses, and also our computers in our student services areas will have electronic access to an Arizona at Work icon, which will link students to job searches, career exploration, and information on unemployment. So while our folks will not have any duties there, it is simply an access point for folks to come in. And if you could advance the slide. Maybe. Some of the benefits to CAC, of course, increased outreach to underserved populations, and I would add underserved areas throughout the county with regard to the Arizona at Work program. Shared marketing at no charge. Arizona at Work will be placing a CAC website, logo, those types of things on their websites to share with Pinal County residents. And also an enhanced partnership between Arizona at Work, Pinal County, and CAC, which will hopefully lead to increased foot traffic at all of our CAC campuses, which is, of course, a very good thing. So the next steps, we are working on the development of an MOU between CAC and Pinal County, establishing itinerant service delivery, so meaning the folks from Pinal County at Work, or from Arizona at Work, Pinal County, that will come out. They are establishing a schedule for those folks, and the creation of an icon to be placed on designated CAC computers at each access point. If you have any questions, my name is Sherry Licon, and I'd be happy to answer those.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
The campus locations, are they open to the public or just to the students?
Let me answer that in the best way possible. They're our campuses, and this is a program. Arizona at Work is a federally funded program, federally and state funded program that is open to the public. So it'll be more, well, hopefully, more of the public coming into our campuses.
Right. Is there any thought to having courses associated with some of the jobs that might be on there? If somebody's looking and says, I'm not qualified for this, is there a possibility of a link to, here's a course curriculum that might help you out?
That is the beauty of what this partnership hopefully will do, is really create that pipeline of, we currently hold the Arizona at Work Youth Grant. Recommending participants within their program take CAC courses all the time. But what we're now going to be working together a little bit better on is the adult and dislocated worker and other unemployment services, really creating that pipeline to their a college education, a certificate, or a degree. Mm-hmm.
The questions from you? Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, our next report is on academic affairs.
Good afternoon, President, Board President, members of the board, President Elliott, colleagues, students, and guests. I am very happy to be here today to introduce Dr. Carol Johnson, who is our Professor of Honors, and she is going to present to you some of our honors students and their recent accomplishments. So, Dr. Johnson.
Good afternoon, Governing Board Christensen, board members, Dr. Elliott, Ms. Hernandez, colleagues, students, and community members. Thank you for the opportunity to share a few wonderful items coming from the CAC Honors Program. The all-academic team for community colleges is selected each spring. This competitive scholarship open to all students is based upon academic performance and service to the college and community. Criteria for selection includes a grade point average of at least 3.5, good academic standing and working towards an associate's degree, involvement in campus and/or community volunteerism. Recipients of this prestigious and competitive scholarship are issued tuition waivers to any of the Arizona public universities for their junior and senior years. Additional evaluation of applications occurs beyond our college. There are state-level rankings that place students on the first, second, or third academic teams, and depending on those standings, additional scholarship funds are awarded. There is a statewide recognition ceremony attended by the scholars, their guests, the community colleges, and the universities to which they will matriculate. CAC has an All-Arizona Scholar from each of our 5 campuses, some joining us today. I would like to ask these impressive students to introduce themselves, state the university that they will transfer to, and will share what they will study.
Madam Chair, President, Secretary, and board members. How close do I have to be to this thing for it to come on? I'll just be loud. Can everybody hear me? All right. So I guess I should say who I am for anybody that hasn't seen me at one of these board meetings before. But my name's Dominic Savannah, and I guess a lot of my journey towards the All Arizona Scholarship kind of started with these board meetings, strangely enough. I really got more involved with what was going on with the college last spring when a lot of there was a lot more rumbling in the college. It's kind of died down now, though. But it was funny, and I'll talk about where I'm going to go in a second because that changed a lot too up to this point. Last spring I had applied to ASU, and I got into ASU and I got into the Barrett Honors College, and I went to honors convocation. It was about a year ago, and I saw everybody that was going up for the All Arizona achievement and what they were talking about, what they wanted to do, and just how much more they could do with the resources that the scholarship gives you. And I was like, wow, I kind of missed the boat on that one because I think I was just a couple credits shy to apply for it the last time it came around. So after honors convocation, I talked to Professor Mullen. I said, do you think I could win that if I applied for it? I still wasn't really sure about what I had to offer. Even though I was getting involved, and really the whole process of going from speaking at these board meetings and being involved with the Cactus newspaper and being involved with what was going on in the college gave me the confidence, gave me the understanding of myself that I had something to give beyond here. So last semester in the fall, I applied for it, and I have to say, I didn't really have any expectations about like how far it actually went. I was just like everybody else, just crossing my fingers hoping it would happen. When we went to the luncheon the other week, when we were going to be named and what teams we were in, I was shocked to be first team. I was like, I'm definitely third team. So still, I kind of have a lot of personal growth, but I've decided to put myself in a position where I think I will get the most personal growth and where I will be able to give the most of what I've learned over the years back. So I chose the University of Arizona, and the people that were saying yes in the audience. The Master of Ceremonies was not happy about the people that were switching from ASU to U of A at the luncheon. But I've decided to study special education, and I feel that the field needs more people that really want to devote their lives to that cause and to benefit the people in our society and in American society that need the most help to interact and to have sustainable, good, healthy lives in our country, I see it as a huge call to action. So I'm taking that call, and yeah, that's what I'm going to do with this commission. Is I'm going to do my best to make an impact in that field. So that's me.
Wow, I'm so short. Good afternoon, every board members, honored guests, faculty, staffs, and professors here today. My name is Tang Wing, all Arizona winner from Santan campus. Thank you, Dr. Johnson, for giving me a chance to speak in front of the board of governors before I graduate in May. So I'm going to transfer to ASU to finish my bachelor degree in actuarial science. When I first came to the United States in October 2013, I never thought of a chance going to school. Yeah. And, well, I'm a little bit nervous and emotional now. I started at CAC with an ESL class, English as second language, just for the purpose to adapt with the new language. And then I just have to keep going. I joined PTK in my second year and the honors program in my third year at CAC. And the fact that I'm standing here in front of all of you today to share about my achievement, my career goal, I think it's the good evidence of what CAC, PTK, the honors program, all the faculty, staff, instructors, tutors have all done to the future of students. And I wish CAC all the best in keeping up with the good programs and opportunity to students. And I wish all students the best in pursuing your educational goals at CAC. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Governing board members, president, faculty members, students, and guests. Please excuse my public speaking skills. I am so bad at public speaking. Okay. My name is Justin Huxell. I'm the All AZ academic team member from this campus, Signal Peak campus. I'm also a tutor here as well. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about my journey to this amazing opportunity. So CAC was not my first option. Neither was it my second or third or fourth. As an overachieving high school student, I never thought I was going to go to CAC. I knew I was going to go straight to a public university. I was going to go to Caltech. I was going to go to MIT. I was going to do anything other than CAC. Unfortunately, finances got in the way. So I wound up at CAC. I was afraid that I would not have the opportunities to grow as a person, as a student, and I was totally incorrect. And I want to thank everybody who's helped me along my journey. I realize now that CAC is not the place where the slackers go. It's not the place where, hey, I didn't get into a public university. This is second option. This is where people live and learn and become really great students. I've met so many people and I've had so many opportunities that I would never have otherwise, even going to a public state university like my plan was. It's because of the teachers here. It's because of especially Heather Moulton, who's our PTK advisor, that I am standing here today, that I have these opportunities, that I had an internship last summer at the United States Department of Agriculture, and that I will most likely, still got to figure out details, have an internship at ASU this summer. And I am having a transfer in the fall. If it wasn't for them, I don't know where I'd be at public university. I'd probably get lost in the tens of thousands of students who haven't had this experience and haven't learned from the experiences that I have. And I want to thank you all, especially Diane Beecroft. She is my chemistry professor. She recommended me for this scholarship, and I would not be up here without her help. I would not be up here without Heather Moulton helping me become a leader through Phi Theta Kappa, or Sherry Friedman in student leadership, helping develop my public speaking skills. Because if you think this is bad, it was so much worse 2 years ago. I just want to say I thank you all. I thank the governing board. I thank the presidents. I thank everybody who's a part of this college who helped me when my other options fell through. And I now realize what a special place CAC is. Thank you.
Professor Beecroft is already crying. Yeah. The All Arizona winners who could not be here today are Cheyenne Dickey, first team from the Aravaipa campus. Cheyenne will transfer to ASU and also major in special education. She will receive a master's degree in special education with a minor in psychology and become a behavior analyst. Cheyenne plans on working with ASU's Autism Asperger's research program to help raise awareness. Edna Garcia from the Superstition Mountain campus will transfer to Grand Canyon University to study graphic design. She will earn her bachelor's with an emphasis in animation. Edna hopes to work for Disney or Pixar. Their applications now go through rounds of judging in Washington, D.C. by representatives of federal agencies and national education associations. In previous years, these subsequent evaluations have resulted in many additional scholarships and recognition for our students. These include being named to the All-USA academic team, an honor bestowed to only 20 students nationally each year, awards from the Coca-Cola Scholars Foundation naming students New Century Scholars, Obendorf Lifetime to Completion Scholarship, and the very prestigious and competitive Jack Kent Cook Foundation Scholarship. These added recognitions are announced between the All Arizona Luncheon and graduation, and I am very happy to report that this week we learned that Cheyenne Dickey from Aravaipa has been named a Coca-Cola New Century Scholar and will receive an additional $1,000 scholarship. Congratulations, scholars. We are very proud of you and delighted to have had the opportunity to celebrate with you and yours at the luncheon. I am also proud to note that the All Arizona awardees in the years that I have been at Central Arizona College have been members of the honors program and or Phi Theta Kappa. In addition to celebrating these high-achieving students, I am here to share information about the Honors Council in which we hold memberships and collaborate amongst. Honors programs traditionally are members of the National Collegiate Honors Council. Founded in 1966, NCHC is a unique education organization designed to support and promote undergraduate honors education with the mission to support and enhance the community of educational institutions, professors, students, and those who participate in collegiate honors education. There are regional associations, and CAC holds membership in the Western Regional Honors Council. One successful endeavor of WRHC is an annual conference held at universities across the West each April. The Western Council holds formal meetings for honors leadership, and the time provides opportunities to share ideas, address challenges, and support one another's programs. Students apply to this conference, and I will be taking 6 honors students to Ashland, Oregon next month. They will experience a professional academic conference and present the original research they conducted in the honors classes here at CAC. In Arizona, there is an honors council comprised of the deans and directors from the community colleges and universities across the state. We meet each semester in person and stay in contact via phone and email throughout the year. Arizona is unique in having a state honors council. In 2011, at the National Honors Conference, AZHC held a panel discussion about the value and work of this group and learned that at that time, we were only one of the 3 states that had a specific designated honors council. AZHC has worked closely with another successful higher education endeavor in our state, AZ Transfer. We are now a community of interest on their website, which allows students access to information about all state options, as well as how to transfer from a community college honors program into a university honors program or college. This is one of the ways in which AZHC has been successful in facilitating seamless transfer experiences in honors programs. AZHC is one of the most collaborative communities I have ever been a part of. We share ideas on increasing our program's adherence to the 17 characteristics and best practices developed by the national organization. My vision for CAC Honors is growth, and this community will support us. Although a common challenge at the community colleges is limited dedicated honors faculty, CAC has been successful in addressing the crucial national metric of being an independent interdisciplinary program with the participation of our faculty from diverse disciplines who support interdisciplinary academic endeavors, including Diane Beecroft, who has who has been such an honors advocate, and we will miss you dearly. I hope to present again in the board meeting in May and introduce honors students who will present at the regional conference on topics ranging from genetics to the history of animation to the perceptions of civil rights in the 21st century for marginalized communities. I want to thank the governing board for the support they have given and continue to provide to honors education. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And students, you really do us very proud. Next, consideration of the consent agenda. The following items are consent matters unless they are removed from the consent agenda at this time. Any item may be removed from the consent agenda by any board member. What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, I move we accept and approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion? Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve the consent agenda as presented. All in favor of such motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Passed unanimously. Oh, just the next board meeting. The next board meeting will be